Hmm? Oh my! We just got some news, and it involves Avatar: The Last Airbender. I don't know what to do with my hands. What's going on, everyone? James here with some real news, and today, yes, we're going to talk about some official new posters from Avatar Studios, and it involves some of our favorite characters from Avatar: The Last Airbender. This is news that dropped, I think, right before the holiday weekend, but you might have missed it because I know I did, and it was a very busy week, so I can imagine that you guys might have not seen these posters, and if you haven't, don't worry, we're going to look at them today and we're going to study them and see if we can maybe predict some of that art style for Avatar Studios project in the future. But before we get into it, if it is your first time here at the channel, welcome to Real James, where I love talking about movies, TV, and all the news in between. So if you do too, hit the big red button below, subscribe to the channel, tap on that bell, and hit the thumbs up button if you're a big fan of Avatar: The Last Airbender. And let me know in the comments, guys, is this a good thing, or do you think that maybe the art style could have been a little bit better? So without further ado, y'all, let's get into some brand new Avatar: The Last Airbender news. Now, I first saw these posters from Avatar News, and they posted their own article on November 26th, but these posters feature some of our favorite characters, like I mentioned, Uncle Iroh, Zuko and Mai, and Aang. Now, this is from the official store from Displate. This is not something maybe that someone created and then they co-signed. No, this is official artwork, if I'm not mistaken, and I'll drop that link in the description below, but these are available for sale at their officially licensed store on Displate, excuse me. So that is actually a very good sign of things to come, and possibly some of the art style that we're going to get from Avatar Studios in both their movies and TV series in the future. But before we get there and I talk about some of my theories and predictions, let's get into the posters themselves. So we have Aang in the Avatar state. This is a photo that to me doesn't feel too unfamiliar. However, I've noticed some level of detail that we haven't gotten before, most notably in Aang's upper body, and also I do believe the actual line work is a lot cleaner. Now, I do want to take a lot of this with a grain of salt because this is just a poster. The way that it's animated when it's in movement and fluid in motion doesn't necessarily mean it's going to look exactly like this. However, there is a difference from what we've seen in Season 3 of Avatar: The Last Airbender and then here in this officially licensed poster. I do think that this is much more detailed, and it actually gives me a lot of hope that they're going to retain some of that original style for their movie in 2025. And then we got Zuko and Mai, and yes, okay, they're a good ship. We do not want to hear anything otherwise, but I really love what they're doing here. Very menacing look at Zuko when he was a little bit younger, of course, and then Mai standing beside her man. But, you know, to me, again, the level of detail is there, and this is just a very clean bit of artwork. And then we got to go to our favorite Uncle Iroh himself with his little teacup, and yes, that fiery dragon in the background. But my goodness, does it look much cleaner here. Now, this is probably the one poster of the bunch where I thought, oh, the facial features are much more profound, especially with Uncle Iroh. Now, I'm not saying that they didn't do a good job in the series, but here it just feels much cleaner. I keep using the word clean, and that is because it just feels like all the line work, the shading, it is much more refined. And then rounding us out is Zuko with his swords. Man, he looks freaking dope, I'm not gonna lie. And this might be the most, well, I can't curse on the channel, but this is the most bad blank poster of the bunch. Y'all can fill in the blanks, but I really do love what they did here with Zuko's poster. If anything, I mean, out of all of them, this might be the one I would purchase. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I just really love what they do with each poster, giving its own distinct feel. I'm a little upset, though. Not going to lie, y'all. We didn't get any Katara, no Sokka. We're not getting any Toph. Like, what are we doing ignoring these other characters? Now, does that mean we're not going to get them at all? I mean, no, but it possibly means we're not going to see them until we get a first look from Avatar Studios with their film that's expected in October of 2025. So this is something that I'm looking forward to. I want to see how they handle a more adult version of Aang, because as you know in the film, guys, according to Avatar News, this is going to be Aang more so as an adult, featuring him and his friends. So yes, we're getting Sokka, Katara, Toph, but I don't necessarily think we're going to get those photos until sometime in 2024. You know, if we haven't even gotten anything from the live action Netflix Avatar The Last Airbender series yet, no trailer, no teaser, no first look images. I mean, listen, and that show comes out in 2023. I mean, they're going to hold back and they're going to wait till everything is near tip-top shape in order to then produce it for the world. So I'm really curious, but yeah, these posters just look incredible, y'all, and I'm actually really excited to see more of this art style from Avatar Studios, because what it tells me is that they are going to retain the foundation of what made Avatar The Last Airbender great and then translate that into their Avatar Studios titles and properties. Now that makes me excited because, as you know, Brian Konietzko and Michael DiMartino know what they're doing, right? And they are, well, technically going to take a lot of time on these projects. I know 2025 isn't that far away, but it's far enough away to where you gotta imagine that they're not going to be borrowing similar, or they will borrow similar elements, but they're going to be maybe starting from scratch in other departments or refining a lot of these different foundations that they once created in the series. So I'm looking forward to everything that they produce, and this is just a first glimpse into maybe that new art style for Avatar Studios. But hey, those are all of my thoughts, and I'm so glad we got a chance to take a look at every single one of these posters. Once again, for the record, got Aang, Zuko, Zuko and Mai, and Uncle Iroh. Again, that Zuko poster, I don't know, y'all, I might need a cop one. But again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. A little quick bit of news, but you know, any Avatar news is good news. So go ahead and let me know in the comments which poster is your favorite, and hit the big red button for more updates on Avatar The Last Airbender and The Legend of Korra, just like this. And I mentioned The Legend of Korra because Studio Mir tweeted out something yesterday, and if they're going to drop any Legend of Korra news, we'll be talking about it here on the channel. Alrighty, y'all. Again, thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you at the next screening. Alright, I guess I go back into hibernation until the next bit of news. Good night.